this father-daughter relationship. How was it? How was it right from the beginning?
Wow, it was horrible. It was so horrible that even now, I know I love my dad, but even now that I'm a grown up, it's hard for me to tell him I love you when we're on the phone. But it's easier for me to tell my mom like 20 times, I love you, mom, I love you, mom. But my dad, I'm just like, I struggle because that was never there. It was always just beating you, either beating us, beating my mom, never there. So it was just that. All these men or women as well, all these people who beat their wives or husbands and say, I can't control it, they can. Everybody had a boyfriend apart from me. So I was like, okay. So I think me too, I just need a boyfriend. So it was just
where are you?
a boyfriend. So when I met him, I was like, oh, okay.
What do you guys mean?
He's a boyfriend in a matatu.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another beautiful, beautiful episode. Mwah! To all the ladies and all the men, karibuni sana. Get your seat, get your pen and paper, get your notebook, get your notepad. This is at Lessons at 30. My name is the Eagle himself, the Duke of Kakamega. Dr. Ofweneke is my name. Coming live on the fastest growing podcast in Africa. This is Lessons at 30 with Dr. Ofweneke. Of course, on Dr. Ofweneke TV, make sure you subscribe. The notification button is down there. There's no need of you watching and listening. And after that, you just skip to another song. No, ingia pale on the notification button, hit it so that every time we upload a new lesson, you are right there and ready to listen and watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been such an amazing episode. Thank you so much to the ones who watched the Lilian Nganga's episode. The feedback is amazing. Asanteni sana. Thank you for the ladies and even the men. Let me say even the men that I meet on the streets. Others are DMing me. I don't know where you guys are getting my number for some weird reason. And my number is not in public. I don't know you guys are getting my number, but of course you guys are calling and texting for the right reasons. Asanteni sana. The mad support. The ones who are doing screenshots and sharing on Instagram, on TikTok. The bloggers who share the stories. You guys, this show ain't nothing without you. And from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say, man, thank you, thank you, thank you. And may the grace and the favor on this show, may it extend to you as well. Thank you so much to my team, Pro Studios. Yeah, you guys are the best. I know they're smiling behind the camera. Maureen, smile. Thank you so much. And of course, to my 91 Degrees team, Pinky and the rest, Asanteni San as well. And to you and the guests who've been here as well. Asanteni San. This is Lessons at 30, brought to you by Lemfi. Now, listen to me. To those guys who are watching from the UK, you're watching from the USA, you're watching from Diaspora and every other place. Now, on top of Lemfi making it easier and safer and even faster for you to send money from abroad to back at home, there's a new additional feature. Hey, guess what? Now you can actually pay your bills directly to a till number from the USA, from the UK, from Diaspora, and whichever part of this world, you can actually now send directly to a till number. Just that is specifically, of course, for the Kenyan people. Now, right now, you don't need to worry. I told you last time, hii story una come home, umeko for 10 years hujaikuwa home, you've been wondering, oh, I've been sending money to buy a shamba in Kamulu, Kangundo, Nanyuki, I don't know, Mombasa, Kilifi, Nakuru. You come and find the only shamba that is there is a seedling bed because nobody bought you the shamba. Now, you don't need to worry about that. You can actually acquire a piece of land from where you are and actually pay directly to the developers or the real estate company or even the property company. If you need to pay school fees for your daughter or your son or for somebody you're helping, a relative, you can actually do the same. You need to acquire property. You can actually, through Lemfi, you can actually do it directly from wherever you are in Diaspora right into that till number. Now, this is the only place whereby you actually send money and you get money back. you get a cashback. So make sure you use the promo code OFWE, which is right there on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, and while I'm gonna buy mashamba, remember, there's only one trustable property company in Kenya right now. And I was there. I went all the way to Terra Gardens, that is in Ngong. And man, that place is amazing. The scenery, the calm breeze from the Ngong Hills, the quietness, the calmness, my introverts, I am talking to you. This is the place for you to buy a piece of land. Water supply is ready. Electricity supply is ready. Everything's ready for only 795,000 Kenyan shillings. Currency of username properties. Make sure you do that, all right? Karibuni sana. Let's get on it, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm hosting a friend who, this is the first time we actually seeing each other face to face, but we've been having beautiful conversations on phone. And this is the lady behind Kenyans at the Park, one of the, actually the biggest communal event that happens in the UK, whereby all Kenyans join up in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to invite her to the show. Let's get to know her beautiful story. And she has such a beautiful heart. Oh my God. We still have good people alive. Dead ones, I see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the UK. So, mkisikia kidogo flip into my India language. Nimeingia a little bit of British. Just know, we have some subtitles down there. And so to all our UK audience, guys, karibuni sana, the one and only Madam Lydia. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Karibu sana.
Oh my God, that was a good intro.
Really?
Thank you so much. When you lift up, sasa make it like too easy. Sasa ni kuingia tu.
Tuingie. How many years have you been in the UK?
Wow. I actually hate us answering that question.
Why?
Because when I went to the UK, I thought that I'm going to be going there for 5 years and then I'll be back. But then 5 years, so it's a lot of years. So I just don't like saying it because I love Kenya as well. So I'm thinking, why am I in the UK for that long? I should come back to Kenya and bring the skills that I've learned there, or come and build something home and just stay home, enjoy that queen's life. Unajua, here in Kenya is queen's life. You have house helps, you have people to send, you have drivers. There, you're your driver, you're your house help, you're a toilet washer, everything, it's you.
Is it that hard?
It is that hard, trust me.
Okay, fine. Before we get to, because I'm very much interested to know your first job, but before we get there, what is it that you were coming back home to? When
now or all the time?
At that time.
I come 3 times a year.
2 times?
Yeah.
But that time the plan was to do 5 years, then come back home.
Yes, because I thought, that was my thinking. I thought, like most people think that, okay, if I go to the UK, there's money all over. I'm just going to pluck here, pluck there, get loads of money and come back. Probably build a big house, buy a big car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was a shocker. When you get there, there's nothing like that. It's so hard. You must work. I mean, I know even in Kenya we work. We work really, really hard. But in the UK, there's like 3 times you have to work 3 times, because here we only have 1 job. A lot of people have 1 job. In diaspora, you cannot just sustain yourself with 1 job. People do 2, 3, and that's why there's a lot of divorces as well, because the husband works at night, the woman works during the day. So when do you see each other? Yeah. And then that's when we have children who are very, very rebellious, because when we're in diaspora, we actually give presents with present, if you understand. We give them presents. We buy them anything. If my daughter says, Mommy, I want a trainers, is 500 pounds, I'll just buy like this. 500 pounds is around trying to 50 or 70,000 pounds, the Kenyan shillings.
Kenyan shillings.
I'll just buy like that, because I'd rather go to work and get that money than spend with my child. So presents with presents. And that's why we have a lot of children in diaspora. We have a lot of children in prison. I'm telling you that. Kenyan children as well.
What?
We have a lot of African children in prison, a lot of Black children in prison. Because when we go there, we work, and then we forget that we have children, that you need to stay home and actually discipline your own children. So for somebody to have children who are well disciplined in diaspora, that person I've tried 1 trillion times. So there's no life.
So you always there's always work anyway. Either you're really at work or at home trying to do discipline and everything. Is it true, or is it just a theoretical story we normally hear, that you cannot punish your children the same way you punish them here.
Yes, of course.
Because I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Kiboko ulikula, but huko you're like, God, if we land at the airport,
hey,
where's Wachapa?
Nah. And it's not even about Kuachapa. It's the fact that you cannot even leave them home by themselves. So you can only leave, if your child is 13 years old, then you can leave them by themselves at 13, and you cannot leave them with somebody, with a sibling, until they're 16. So, like here, you can just, a child is 10, you leave them home with their little sister or brother.
Yeah,
but
it
you
happened
can't
to me
do
at
that.
6.
I know, it happened to me when I was looking after my little brother, and we used to beat him to sleep because I just want to go out and play. Oh my God. But you can't do that in the UK. You're not allowed to leave your child by themselves in the house. And then we have Karens. You know the Karens? The neighbors, the nosy neighbors. You just look through the window like that. And they're like, oh, she's left. And maybe if they know you're not married, you're just by yourself, or they've seen your husband or your wife have left, and then you've left as well, trouble. And they know the children are in the house by themselves. So it's really bad. It's that bad.
So you have never chapered your kids?
Why are you putting me on this spot like that?
Body language.
Anyway, they're grown-ups now, so the social services can come for me. No, there is a way that you can talk to your children, and for me, there's a threat that I knew what to tell them. So even if I chapa them kidogo, they're not going to report. But you see, the problem is some parents go to the extreme. I know in Africa that is one of ways to discipline our children is to smack them. So if you smack a child and leave marks, because like when they're going to play, to play, they change in the same room and the teacher is there. So they take off their shirt because they're going for PE, right?
Yes.
If they see
you guys have PE?
Yeah, they do have
tuko mbali sana. Even we also have PE. Yeah.
Yes. So if they see any mark on your child, or if your child is tired or anything, and then they also actually always ask, oh, how are you? How is home? Is your mom okay? Are you sure? Did your mom do something? They like doing that. I don't know why they do that. And then a child will now start opening up. Oh, yesterday my mom did this. That's it. I know a lot of my personal friends that actually social services has taken their children. And the worst thing is, even if you take these children, you don't take them to a safer place. You know what I mean? They don't take them to a place that, okay, now this is heaven. No, they still take them to the system that will not even do justice for them. Because the system don't really care about you. Trust me. But they do that a lot. If you beat your child, mchune uko, malita onekana. That's what I used to do. Like,
so
chuna where they can't see. So they don't have to say anything. Because if the teacher sees there, unamuliza, we ulikuwa unatafuta nini hapo? How did you see
How did you know? How do you see the marks?
Exactly. So that's what I used to do. But I thank God my children are good. I've never had any problems. And raising my children up, it was really difficult for me as well. And the thing that I always tell people is be content with what you have. Because there's a love-hate being in diaspora. First of all, the racism part of it is not very pleasant. The fact that the Caucasian, that's what we call them, they think that they're superior than us. That is there. Nobody should lie to you. Until now, it's even getting worse all the time. It's getting worse. And that, apart from that fact, I'll say the system works. The system works. It's just the people that don't work. So everything is there. Let's say I have a friend of mine who told the other day her house burnt here in Kenya. And she said that she called Banzima Moto. That's what you call it, guys. She called Banzima. And the first one that came, there was no water. So why would you come without water? And then the second one came, and then the third one came in. I'm like, damn, what is this? Now, example how system works in the UK. If that was a house burning down in the UK, police, seconds, police, ambulance, fire brigade, both of them at the same time. Because they know there's a casualty and they know probably if somebody needs to be arrested or police is there, ambulance, fire brigade. Immediately. System works. If you're at home and you're not well, you call an ambulance, it's there. Within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, there's an ambulance. Yes, there's some things that don't really work fast as we want, like microwave, of course. But the system works, trust me. The roads are smooth. Hizi za huku wewe ukifika
This is
kichwa
like- yeah.
inakuuma
There's
bana.
one time I was in a road and there was a pothole and I jumped into a relationship.
What the hell?
Oh God. I was like, oh my goodness.
Okay, that is funny.
Took you some time.
That is, yeah, I was like, what? No, now I get you. It's so funny.
Before we get to the UK, Lydia's growing up. Where is she growing up? What's her kind of environment? What's her surrounding?
As a little child?
Yes.
Okay. That is, I grew up in Isili, right? I'm sure you know where, I can't even remember where that is now. Because I went there and, hey, I stuck kusema majina, but that place, hey, I can't even remember where I grew up. Because it's that.
Yeah, right now, things have happened.
Yeah, things have happened.
We have a little small country.
I know. Hapo hivyo, sindio?
Yeah, there's a country happening.
We're not calling them. So that's where I grew up. I was born in Pumwani Hospital.
Tim Pumwani?
You're kidding?
Me?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, please. That's where Atieno was breathing hard.
Yeah, that's why we are smart.
Shout.
In
Haters are watching.
Yeah. So I was born there and I grew up in Isili my whole life. And I always say that my dad, God bless him, I love him dearly, but I wasn't a good dad. And I'm never scared to say that because I feel like you need to be true to yourself. He knows that I say that because I tell him to his face. And of course, now he's reformed. He's trying to talk to his son. Don't do what I did. But he still did what he did, which meant that we were not okay when we were growing up. So I grew up in poverty, but my dad wasn't really poor, but he just misplaced his priorities. So it was too much alcohol, too much women, too much friends. There's even one time he bought my mom a little restaurant. She was selling stuff, but he always went there every lunch and evening with his friends. They're eating for free. They're not paying for it. So it collapsed. You know what I mean? And he wasn't a good dad. And
did you away from your siblings? Let's narrow on just a little bit this father-daughter relationship. How was it? How was it right from the beginning?
Wow, it was horrible. It was so horrible that even now, I know I love my dad, but even now that I'm a grown up, it's hard for me to tell him I love you when we're on the phone. But it's easier for me to tell my mom like 20 times, I love you, mom, I love you, mom. But my dad, I'm just like, I struggle because that was never there. It was always just beating you, either beating my mom, never there. So it was just that. Even bringing women in the house, and we had to see that, we had to struggle with that. And then because I was the one kichwangumu, the most kichwangumu, I even fought one woman and I chased out of her house. My mom waited for me when I came back from boarding school. And now thinking about it, I feel like my mom gave me so much responsibility as a child because that wasn't my job. It wasn't my job to fight these other women. It wasn't my job to tell my dad off. You know what I mean?
I get you.
But I had to do that because I saw my mom's pain. So I felt like I need to step in to help my mom, which I did. I'm glad I did. But it was just really hard growing up as a child. There was no relationship.
Your siblings at this time, are they also going seeing what is happening?
Yeah,
or for them they're like we're kids. I mean, dad is just being dad. Probably this is how dads are.
I was the third born, the family.
In a family,
or I am the third born, the family of 7, but we lost 2, so we are now 5. And may he continue to rest in perfect peace. My brother that I used to follow, he's the one who passed on first. And he was scared. When I say scared of my dad, if you just hear my dad say, Alfonso, and then when he started working, every time it's end month, my dad at this time had moved already back to Kisumu. Anytime it was end month, my dad would come to Nairobi and take his money and was like, why are you giving this man your money? You don't need to give him money. You don't need to give dad your salary.
Hold up, lady. So he would leave Kisumu?
Yeah, to come and pick up salary.
From your brother?
Yeah. But that's a long time ago, but he still did that. And my brother was so scared. Just to show you the fear that he put on us, that fear. But now, again, it was up to us individuals to decide, I'm going to break this cycle or I'm going to continue with this cycle. So my brother was so scared that he continued. I wasn't scared. So for me, I was like, nah, this. And as a little girl, since I was a little girl, I used to just look at how poor we were. And I was confessing. That's why I say the power of the tongue. I used to confess from when I was little that this is not my life. This is not how I'm going to end up. My children. And then I also used to say I'll never have children because I used to see how we struggle. And I'm thinking, if I bring up children, probably they're going to struggle like this as well. So I confess so many times I'll never have children. I'll never have children. And, but I did. So I said, always be careful of what you ask for. Because I did ask God. I said, I don't want children. I don't want children. But anyway, God gave me angels at the end because my children are angels.
Beautiful.
They are angels.
How is mom? How is mom?
Mom is good. Very, very good. Divorced with my dad, of course. Or left. In Kenya, I don't know if people divorce or left because even now my dad will still say, my wife, my wife. I'm like, please, she is not your wife. And because my mom...
Nigga hasn't done a move
Hey, we had to move her out. We took her to America. So she's in America. She's been there for 15 years.
Oh, so you guys left dad here?
Yes, live there with their problems. But we look after him.
Ouch.
We look after him really, really well. We make sure that he has food, he has house help, he has everything. So he's not lacking anything.
So is it in Kisumu or Nairobi?
Kisumu. But he doesn't lack anything. We give him everything. But my mom, we had to take my mom out of that toxic environment because I don't understand African women. Why do you keep on staying in this toxic relationship? One day I even asked my mom, why do you stay here when this man treats you like this? She was like, unajua, because of you children. But staying because of children causes more damage than going.
I agree to that.
Yeah, it causes more damage. And then now, children as well, they'll see that my mom is staying. When they're older, they will stay in an abusive relationship because their mom stayed.
It looked like it was okay.
Because it was okay because my mom stayed. And then also, if there's a boy, and then the boy now goes to abuse someone, and then you're complaining, the boy will be like, my mom never complained, so why are you complaining? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's a very toxic relationship situation for children. But parents, especially us as Black people, we think that, no, let me just stay for the sake of the children. You're causing so much damage.
Did he know that you guys are planning to take mom to America?
Nah.
You sneaked mom
He might
out
phone the embassy and say, cancel the visa, blah, blah, blah. So he just found out once mom landed in America. We're like, oh, dad, by the way, mom went to America yesterday. What a holo!
What? Who broke the news? Must have been you.
No. We called when we were all of us. We just called. Because when my mom went, because I'm in the UK, so when my mom went to America, I went there as well. So I went on the same day she landed. I went to America to see her as well. So we just had to break the news by.
So you're evil. So you broke
I'm
the news.
not. I saved the woman's life.
You guys broke the news on phone.
Yeah.
And he was alone in Kenya.
Yeah.
You guys didn't care what will have happened to him.
What will happen to him?
Suicide?
There's suicide where there's so many women there. If number one is gone, you look for number 2, 3, or 4. He's good.
But at times number 2 is there because number 1 will never leave.
He's good. My dad is good.
So how did he take it?
Of course, he was angry at the beginning because what happened was he had already left to Kisumu and my mom was in Nairobi by herself. So it's just, he'll come when he feels like it.
To collect Alfonso's salary.
Yeah, but once my brother passed on, he'll still come to my mom's house and we're like, why are you even letting that man come? Because me, in my head, I was just thinking really, really bad things because I was thinking, what if this man, I know he's not capable of doing that. He's not capable of killing or something. But in my head, I was just saying, accidents happen because once you guys are fighting or not fighting because my mom never fought back, you're beating someone by mistake, you might kill them. Sure. So I was just thinking, this man comes from Kisumu, or this man, or my dad, comes from Kisumu, and then he comes to Nairobi, and then you still let him just come in the house like free bees. You know what I mean? So we were like, we have to get my mom out of here. So when my little sister died, she was 24. When my little sister died, we told my mom, now that's it. You have nothing left here. Nothing, literally nothing left. You're going. So she's there.
How did she feel about it? Because you're detaching her from
She was happy. The woman was happy. She was thinking nitaland saa ngapi ndege itafika saa ngapi.
Ameland wapi? Boston, Dallas?
Boston.
What did I feel it was Boston?
Yeah, Boston. But now she's in New Jersey. But she's happy. She's very, very happy. If you tell about coming back, nah. Even me, when I say, Mommy, I want to come back and settle back in Kenya because I love Kenya. She's like, why? Why do you want to go to Kenya? Because I think it's because of the experience she had when she was in Kenya from poverty, because she was born in the village, She was raised in the village. She met my dad somewhere in Kisumu, wherever they met. And because all her life, all she knew was poverty. All she knew was struggle. Then she got married to this guy thinking, oh, now my life is going to be a little bit better. Then worse. Every time, unapigwa, your job is just to either have children or do this, you know what I mean? So I think Kenya has been a very bad experience for her. So when she thinks of it, she's like, no, I don't want to go back. But for me, I feel like I love culture. That's just who I am. I love culture so much.
It's so easy. It's so easy to tell, even from how you groom yourself. It's so easy to tell that you still got passion for back at home.
I love passion for home. So I always tell her, Mom, my exit plan, and I even told my husband, my exit plan, I'm going to go back to Kenya.
We'll be right here. We'll be right here waiting for you. We'll be right here waiting for you. So let me ask, because at this point, because I'm a father to 3 girls. My first born is 15, my second born is 10, my third born is 5. And the reason why I've made sure I've maintained such a very neat, disciplined relationship with their moms, because I am of the understanding that I am the first boyfriend that they're ever going to have.
Exactly.
I am the first example of a man they're ever going to have. So the day they decide on a kind of man they want, it's going to be based on a revision script of who their father was or who their father is. And I'm pretty sure it was happening to you as a girl. And you're growing up and you're like, you know what? I already know. This, the nigga I'm going to settle with? Nah. So what picture of a man that you want is creating in your mind at this time as you're growing up?
I think when I was growing up, because at that time I was still very naive. So I was just thinking of the same person that my mom had. Yeah, at that time, even though I was thinking, I'll never be poor. That was me, I'll never be poor. But being married, it was just, the only thing I knew is I'll never get married to a lawyer guy. That was everything I used to say. But guess what? The father of my children turned out to be a lawyer.
Well, there are 2 jokes. There are 2 jokes that God played on you. I ain't gonna have no kids like Angel Gabriel. Deliver the package. No lunja that nitafutia wanyonye kutoka kwa kijiji. Wacha kisi yake.
No, that was so funny. Honestly, that was so funny.
Oh my goodness. So what did this son of a land do? God damn. Manze, waluya. Tunachuma mpaka UK.
That man made me.
Lawyers in the park.
Lawyers in the park. They should stay there. He actually just, he strolled. He left the house. He went to the park. He said he's coming back. He forgot the house.
Never came back.
Never came back.
Oh my goodness. Do you feel like maybe because I've done human behavior and psychology, and from what I could decipher even from the phone, you're very in control, you're very in charge, you're very authoritative.
Yes.
But might you probably at times feel like probably you are too
what?
Intimidating?
What do you mean?
That is the safest word to use.
That's a weak man. If you intimidate a man, that means that man is a weak man. Right?
But not all lunges. Him probably was trauma.
From where? From his childhood, probably not me.
He went through a lot. I mean, kwenda kubeba shimwero kwa kichwa kutoka kisiagi. Kuchunga ng'ombe. Gosh.
That was on him. But it's, I think when we met, because I was really young when we met, and I also went to the UK when I was really young. But I went first, and then 1 year later, I had to pull strings for him to come. So he came and joined me there. So all my children were born in the UK.
Oh.
And he, even though I tell them they're not British, they know they're Kenyans, 100%.
Beautiful.
And they do come to Kenya a lot.
Thank you. Yeah.
So when I met him, I was just so happy because I met him when I was actually really older. You know, not like these girls, 16s, people have boyfriends already, 12, whatever. I was really, because that wasn't in my mind. My mind was just focused that I have to be rich. And I also had this thing that I have to go back. I have to go to the UK. I have to go. I don't know why. I have to fly out of this country. This is not my place. So I used to say that. So men or boys or boyfriend was not even in my mind. But I used to go college and all the girls had boyfriends apart from me. So they're like, Atiuna Charlie, Lydia, you know. So the pressure, if it's now, nobody can pressure me into doing anything. But at that time, I was young, everybody had a boyfriend apart from me. So I was like, okay. So I think me too, I just need a boyfriend. So it was just
where are you?
a boyfriend. So when I met him, I was like, oh, okay.
What do you guys mean?
He's a boyfriend in a matatu.
So you laughed at me when I said I ended up in a relationship in a matatu because of a pothole. You laughed at me.
Oh, God, Father, help
Uko ndani
me.
ya 19C, heading all the way to Isili.
Heading to Isili, I think number 6 or 9, one of them.
And it was 6, 9 and 19C.
Yes. So I'm at the bus stop, and then I see this guy, and then he was doing that clicker. You know, those days they click people coming in, whatever. If somebody comes in, they have to count them.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I see this guy and he's like, hey, manze, demu, msupu, nini,
She's
kuja.
there.
Hey, me, I'm just entering there nafikiria, hey, free fare. Unajua ukitwa hivyo is free for you, right? So I'll go sit next to him and then we start conversation. We just start talking. And then I lie to him that I'm not, from the first time there was a red flag, but because I don't have a boyfriend, I want a boyfriend. So to just tell people that I have a boyfriend as well. So I found this guy, he likes me, he's talking to me, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. And then I lied to him that I'm no Luo. So he's speaking Luo to one of his friends, if you know what this guy is saying. Yeah, I'm just there. The guy is saying, his friend is saying, hey, when I'm a buana. When I'll translate it for those people to understand. But it's nice saying it in Luo.
Please say it in Luo.
When I'm a buana. Nyakoni jabe integi mangeny. And he's like, manya kacha monde buana. And I'm there thinking, hey, should I say something? I've said already, I don't understand Luo. Just shut up.
So what does that mean?
I don't know if I can translate.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's safe. No caps, no rules.
So he said, his friend is saying, give me this one because you have a lot of them. And he's like, no, I have to eat this one first. And I'm just there listening and I'm like, hey, that's the time I could have run away. Can you imagine waiting to be eaten? That was so funny, seriously. Waiting to be eaten there, you're just listening. So
what is your body language at this time?
I feel
Are you shocked or is it like, oh my goodness, I look so good, I have food. I'm such a cute biryani.
Oh my God.
You have been my ear.
You know, that day. Oh God, I can't believe I ended up with that guy for so long.
How many years of being eaten?
And had 3 children with him. Oh my God. I think I was just desperate. At that time, I was just desperate to have someone. So I go back to college and I'm like, hey, guys, me too, I've got someone.
Nina Hulu, I'm being eaten.
Oh, Jesus, help us. No, that was bad. But I became food for 17 years. So that was good.
Clearly, that fridge was big because, man,
17 years. Oh my God. Can I have some tissue? My this is bad.
My God.
This is bad.
There you are. And please make sure you get on your application App Store, Play Store, download the Be Defender. Just in case you want to secure your data, you want to prevent people from hacking your mobile phone, your Instagram, social media platforms, email, please go and download Be Defender. Check out the scripts about how to download it. 17 years, why Nyama is eating the Nyama. Where? So you don't see the red flags. You now feel like you fought off a FOMO.
Yes.
Now you got a man for yourself.
So
you get some bragging rights in front of your girl circle.
I've got someone as well, guys. So I'm good. So we continue with him, and then I go to the UK, and then 1 year later, I bring him over, and then he comes, and then we start a family straight up.
Wow.
So we start a family. And there was a lot, when I say loads and loads of red flags, but I just totally ignored them. And I think I did that because of what I saw my mom going through. So I was like, oh, I just have to stay because my mom did stay. But exactly. But the only thing,
the pattern.
it's going round. But the only thing he didn't do, he tried it once. Because you see, that's why I'm saying the system works in the UK. If you beat a woman, hey, you'll be shocked.
That one I know.
You'll be shocked. So one day, he was beating me up. And that was long time because my daughter was only 3 months. And so she was young and he was like, oh, so he beat me up because he just came from Kenya. Damn, 7 police cars came for him. He never touched me again. Never even one day touched me again. Because it was just like, hey, I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to be deported back to Kenya. So that's what I'm saying, that all these men or women as well, all these people who beat their wives or husbands and say, I can't control it, they can. Because if that dude could control it, because he was scared of police, either to be deported back to Kenya or to be arrested, and he never beat me again. But he used to beat me in Kenya when we were in Kenya. And
Was it that 1 year?
No, we were together for 2 years before I left. Oh. Yeah. But he used to beat me and I'll still go back and you say, I'm sorry, and he'll take me back and I'll go. But I'm telling you, this is because of what my mom went through. But so I just stayed there. I stayed there. But one day, I just thought to myself, you know, I had someone say something and someone said, and I know it's harsh, but it's the truth. Someone said that if you're in a domestic relationship, it's your fault. It's your fault as the victim because you have the power and you've given the power to someone else to play with. So I had the power, but yet I gave the father of my children, the boyfriend, I gave him the power to treat me the way he wanted. It was hard for me. It was really, really hard to sink that in because I was thinking, hey, I can't live without this guy because he was my first boyfriend. I've never been with any other man. And I'm thinking, how would I even start? And then with also the things they used to tell me, because it was very abusive. Hey, what happened when I'm told those things? You have children now. So I'm thinking, okay, now I have 3 girls. That means nobody will ever love me again with my girls, because that's what he used to tell me. He said, oh, you know, men will just use you. But once they know that you have children, they'll never be with you. So, of course, all those things are sinking in. And, oh, you're ugly, you're this. All those things are sinking in. So I was like, hey, let me just stay. At least I have somebody here. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad.
Ofweneke, he'll change.
Yeah, but yes.
I'll pray
praying,
for him.
fasting. My friend, you're wasting your time. Pray and fast to buy aeroplane.
I tell women.
Not for a man.
Allow me to say this, and the audience, I'm asking for a permission. I normally tell women the most stupidest prayer a woman can make is, may God change my man. May you change my man. That's the wrong prayer.
That's the wrong.
The prayer should be, may you align my man to your purpose.
Yeah.
So that as a woman, you end up enjoying the fruits of the man aligning. Because what the hell do you think you are for God to change a man for you?
He won't. He won't. Even, it's so funny because women don't even pray for God to change them, but they pray for God to change someone else. Why would God change someone else? What's happening to you? Do you know what I mean?
Say that again. That is probably the deepest lesson. Oh my goodness. You pray for the other person to change and you don't pray for yourself to change.
Exactly. But you're praying for someone else. So it was 17 years of, you know, when you have good and bad, and you can actually say, okay, good weighs the bad, so let me just stay. But it was bad. There was no good. This man, you could not see any skirt pass, even trouser and skirt. Okay, not trouser, but you know,
not trouser.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was bad. It was bad. And it actually affected my children. But at that time, because I think I left when my firstborn was 10. So I left and I was like, by the time I left, because now I have conversation with my daughter and she's like, Mom, 2 things. I did see all those things that happened and they affected me because I still saw the screaming, the fighting, all those things that you guys were doing. And the second thing, you never even asked us how we felt when Dad left. And I was like, wow, you didn't ask us. And then I said, how do you feel? She said, Mom, it's too late. Don't ask me that question now.
I'm going to have that conversation.
Yeah, it's too late. It's gone. How many years now? 18. It's gone. So I was like, okay. So those things affect children. So people who are in domestic violence, you should actually rethink of how you're living this relationship, especially if you have children. It's not a safer place. It's not a safer place. But the only thing that I thank God, I always say that God gives everybody grace, different grace for different things. But the grace God gave me was to be a good cop and a bad cop to my children. So those angels of mine, and that's why I call them angels. Everybody who sees them, or anybody who have had them speak, know that these children were well brought up by a single mother. So when people say, oh, single mothers, this, nah, I don't believe that. I reject that immediately in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Because I brought my children up by myself. And I know that God gave me that grace to be a good cop and a bad cop. And to be a single mother, and you know how UK is. You can't beat, you can't leave them. Exactly. So I used to take them with me everywhere I'm going. I used to go with my children everywhere. I used to take. So that's why we were so close. I'm so close with my girls. And it's because of that how I brought them up. Because I didn't put work or money in front of my children. I put them first. There's one day they went to America to see my mom and my sister, because my little sister lives there as well. And then I just needed a break. I was like, oh God, these good children, let me just send them to America for 2 weeks. So I stayed by myself. It was Christmas time. I regretted it a little bit because I was so lonely because it was Christmas. When they were coming back from America, the flights were full. So they were offering them money. So they said for each child, they're going to give them 1,700 for each child so they can put them in the next flight. What my children said really touched me. So because of the time difference, when I woke up, I saw like 20 missed calls. I was like, oh my God, what happened? What happened? Because it was my sister calling me. So I called her back. I said, what happened? She said, oh, we were trying to call you because they were offering your children money and they refused to take it. Because they said, my mom will never settle for money. She will settle for us going back to the UK. I was like, damn. In my heart, I was like, hey, you guys could have just taken the money. But anyway, come back. They totally refused. So my sister was calling me to tell me, Guy, let them take the money. They're traveling tomorrow anyway. They totally refused. That touched me. From that day, I knew how my children perceive me. Like, money is nothing when it comes to them. But you see, the problem is, I love Black people in the UK. Or I love Black people in diaspora. We put money first because we want to educate the whole community in Kenya. We want to, or back home, wherever they're coming from, if it's Nigeria or Zambia, we want to buy plane. We want to build a big house for what? You build a very big house and you're living in the UK in a 1-bedroom house. And you have a big house in Kenya and your children are actually suffering because you have to work and you're never there for them. So for me, and that's why I say, as much as UK is what it is, I love it and I hate it. I love it because system work. If you're a parent, they love children. Children come first. That's why you can't beat them. Because they come first. Even sometimes when I see children here in Kenya at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. outside going to school by themselves, I'm like, damn, I feel sad. Even though that was my system then, but it's not my system now. No. So I feel sorry for those children because the UK, you'll never see something like that. Even school starts at 9. School starts at 9 in the UK, finishes by 3:30. School is done. Here school, I don't know, starts at what time, to 4 or 5. You
should see my daughters. The Bible says, carry all your burdens to me. Those are my daughters. The bags they carry. And I'm like, God damn.
I know.
I'm like, okay. I don't want to see this because I'm paying a lot of money. But systems work.
System work. They carry a little bag. In the UK, they'll carry just a little bag, maybe just one book that you have to sign as a parent. You have to sign that they read their homework. No pens, because pens are in school. No pencils, no rubber, no nothing. Because those are in school. They're on the floor because they're so plenty. The children just kick it and go. That's how much they are. So the system in the UK is that if you, and I know it's in America as well, if you have children, you can actually stay home. They'll pay your rent. They'll give you money every month. Even though, yes, it's not a lot, but they'll give you money. Once somebody have paid your rent, what's your problem? Why do you not go and start working and lying and doing some cash in hand? I don't do that. That's why I stayed home. I was a stay-home mom with my 3 girls. So when they come back home, when I pick them from school, because you have to pick them from school.
You got to do that.
You're going to do that. Teachers will never let them go. So you have to go because they line up with the teacher. When the parent is there, oh, hi, mom. They let you take your child. They let you take your child. So when they come home to a clean house, a warm house, and there's food.
And there's peace.
And there's peace. I call that is not a house, it's a home. It's a home for my children. It's safe haven for my children. So when they come, and I did that for so long. Until I saw, okay, now they're older. This one can go to school by herself. My firstborn now was in secondary school. So then I started working. And even when I started working, it was hours that I know I'll be working and I'll be home this time to look after my children. So my firstborn is only one time because she's a performing artist. She dances, she sings, she acts, she does all that stuff. Even when she went to uni, she did performing arts. Yeah.
Go girl, keep on doing what you're doing.
She loves it. There's only one time that they came second when they were performing. And she said, Mommy, I came second because you are not there. You're not there to watch me. I never missed any of her shows. I made sure I was there every day. I made sure I'm there for my children all the time. And that's why they are who they are right now. And I'm proud to say it because I know some people say, oh, Nigeria, that's the problem. Don't project your negativity on me. That's your own problem. Mine is I have to praise my children because that's what God has done for me. That's my testimony to God to say thank you. So if I don't say it, then why did God do it for me if I'm going to hide it? They are so good children.
My heart is so full with this interview. I feel like my heart is so warm. I love how you talk so passionate about these things. And so now your kids are now growing up. The son of Morembe is out of the picture.
Yep.
But now the kids are starting to grow. And you are human. You are a woman. You still need to be loved.
Yes.
So how do we end up? Because behind the camera, I can see a well-built-up gentleman. In fact, now when I came in, and I was so excited to see you. I was like, hey, come. Then my mind was like, my G. There's a nigger next, you better calm down on that. I was like, hey, my name is Dr. Ofweneke. Then I think you also did to a farm territory. My name is Joe. I'm like, but you guys, it's only that I'm close to you that I sound like I have a bass. I have a very squeaky voice. Please don't beat me up. I don't do the gym. I tried doing gym, I failed. So how does this man end up? Because you found love again.
Yes, I did. And that's why I always tell people that love will either find you or you find love someday. But I don't, that's just me. Because some people, it works for some people it doesn't work. That if you leave a relationship, you run into another one, I feel like that is why sometimes we find ourselves in deep problems because from frying pan to fire. So personally, I took time to heal. And I pray a lot. And I don't really fast so much like I used to. I still fast now and then, but I do pray a lot. And when my ex left, the father of my children left, I told God that now that's when I started praying for God to change me. God change me, that when now I get my husband, you'll be somebody that I'll be a good wife to them because you've changed me to be a better person. And 11 years down the line, it wasn't 1 year or 2 years, so I was single for 11 years.
11 years.
Yes. But those years, I was just concentrating on my children. I was just like, I have to give my children the best. And I wasn't thinking of love. I wasn't even thinking of it, but I did pray about it. And then I just let it go. I just said, God, now it's in your hands.
So literally Jesus take the wheel.
Yeah, let me do my thing. And then one day, I actually call him my king.
You call him your king?
Yeah.
When he enters, Igwe. You have arrived. Nice. Welcome home.
Welcome. There's hot water.
Are you going to eat or are you going to eat? You are my so kindred spirit. I should have met you earlier in life. My goodness. This is going to be one of the most amazing friendships I'm ever going to have. All right, so you please, ladies, take notes. You call him your king.
Yes, and the thing is, even people in the UK. In fact, I met another lady the other day here in Kenya, and she was like, "I know you, and even you, we know you." So every time I meet people, they're like, "Oh, that's your king, because that's how I dress him. Even in social media, this is my king. Anybody who has a problem, that's your problem."
Why do you call him your king, not your husband, not your man? Why do you call him?
because he made me feel like a queen. He treats me like I'm the only woman around. Even though sometimes nitaangalia hivi nione maybe kuna madiaba ingine anaangalia huko. But, you know.
to his defense.
It's not.
To his defense.
It's not.
Nyash, hey. Nyash utupatia stress. Nyash utukula kichwa sana, by the way.
But it's just to see.
Window shopping
nice things
too.
lazima ziangaliwe.
Una understand
no, I don't do that. Nice things lazima ziangaliwe. But you don't have to buy it.
True.
Just look, tupite, tukienda. Sindio?
Yes.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, indio duka. Indio duka kununuliwa.
It's water.
But anyway, I was single for 11 years. And I wasn't looking for love. God knows I wasn't. So one day, because I'm a community leader in the UK, so I have so many people who text me, call me all the time. So I get this guy, and I'm telling you, when something is God ordained, is God ordained. That relationship was God ordained.
You are speaking.
I'm telling you.
You are speaking.
And that's why I call him my king, because I know it was God ordained. God doesn't make mistakes, because the reason why I'm saying this is because I get a lot of people on my WhatsApp telling me hi. I block them. Hi. I never respond to hi because I'm thinking, why are you telling me hi? Especially if your number is not a diaspora number. Because I know that this is somebody who wants something. So hi, especially Kenyan numbers. No, I'm sorry, Kenyans. I love you so much. But hey, please don't hi me. So this guy comes to my thing and say hi. Hi. And I wanted to block him. God knows I wanted to block him, and something distracted me from blocking that number. So I didn't block it. 2 days later, he comes back again, HEY. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with this guy? And then I look at his profile, such a handsome guy, and I'm thinking, this is not a Kenyan guy. Sorry. Sorry, Kenyans. I'm sorry. I'm thinking, this is a Nigerian guy.
Oligwa Osadaboya.
I'm like, get off my line.
Make sure you download the Limpy app. Make sure you download the Limpy app. You can now send money right from Diaspora, UK, USA. And of course, direct into a till number. You can now make direct payments to your till number. Please make sure you download the Limpy app. And of course, use the promo code Ofweneke just so you can get your cash back. This is the only safer, faster way for you to do your transactions from UK, USA, Diaspora into back at home in Kenya. So hi has appeared. And like this must like, be
this is just, one Ofweneke somewhere wants to destroy my head. I know.
They're all princess.
I know. So that's the second one. This is hi again, HEY. And then I just put, instead of blocking him, that's why I know this was God. Instead of blocking, I put a lot of question marks. I just went question mark. Like, what? And then he said, oh, and then he comes back the next day, say, my name is Joe. And then I say, so? Like, okay, Joe. And then I say, so? And then I put like this, like, okay.
What am I supposed to? I have my name already.
The next day I wake up, I find a voice note. Oh, my name is Joe. I sat up as damn, let me listen to this again.
We got some Barry White here.
Now, what the hell is this? His voice. Oh my God, you can take a rat from a hole.
Come on.
I was like, damn, what the hell is this? He said, oh, my name is Joe. I found you. I know you'll be confused where I got your number from. I got your number from this. So he explains himself. And I'm like, okay, cool. I sat down, listened again, rewind again. The voice was like, hey, damn. So I gave him a voice note as well. And then I said, yeah, my name is da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so what do you want? Da-da-da-da-da. And then say, I want friendship. I was thinking, I don't have time for friendship. But now his voice caught me already, right? So I now tell him what I want. And that's what I always tell women. I'm telling women, maybe because now I'm a little bit older, not those 20 years old, because those ones will be scared to tell a man what they want. But for me, from beginning, it was this much, this book. It was like a book. I don't have time for relationship. I'm looking for marriage. So if you're not ready for that, step.
Get out.
I don't want any more children. So if you want children, step. Because I don't want you to come in my life and then lie. And then later I'm like, no, I don't want this. I don't want that. Immediately I told him what I want. And it's so funny because I never tell a man my age. I never tell a man if I have children and their age. I put all my children. I say, I have this one, she's this old. I have this one, she's this old. I have this one, she's this old. And me, I'm this old. And that's it. So everything was there. That's why I knew it was good. It came back and everything I was saying, he was like, okay, yeah, I don't want children as well. And I'm thinking, are you just saying this because you want us to be friends? And then the other thing is I never tell a man my full name's LYDIA TETT OLET because I've met so many men. Of course, within 11 years, I've met men.
Of course.
And every time I tell them my name, they're like, oh, no. They Google me and then, I can't go out with you. Weak men. Weak men. Those are the men I've met. Really weak like my eye. Like, seriously, why can't you go out with me? And I keep on saying that, look, when we get to the house, and I know my husband has told me this before, I don't want to deal with LYDIA TETT OLET. And I said, once we get to the house, I'm not LYDIA TETT OLET. I'm your wife or I'm a mother to my children, to our children. But when I'm out, of course, I'm LYDIA TETT OLET. And that's why I don't like drinking alcohol or taking drugs and then I get drunk because I like to be in control. I cannot ever not be in control of my own mind and say, I did that because I was drunk or I did that because... No. And even I don't like red. And I know I have red hair, but I wear red hair because it's power and it's authority. And that's it. My color is purple.
Royalty.
But I put red because when I walk in the room, everybody's like, oh, hey. So people love me or hate me, but that's power. And when I'm out, I'll be that person. When I'm in the house, I'm not that person. When I'm in the house, I'm wearing purple. When I'm outside, I'm wearing red. But I can't explain this to a man because I don't need to explain it to a man.
You have to get it. You have to study yourself. So the minute somebody hears LYDIA TETT OLET, they're like, nah. So when I got with my husband, my king, I didn't tell him that. So one day he called me and he said, LYDIA TETT OLET, I saw you on LinkedIn. And then I said, will that be a problem? I asked him if that's going to be a problem because of who I am. Because he went and Googled me. I was like, God, why did this guy have to Google me? They always do that. Dr. Ofweneke.
Yeah, then he said, it was because of your name.
Dr. Ofweneke, yes.
Yeah, who is this person? Yeah.
He got kids. Oh, this is...
Yeah, they do that. I don't know why.
I tell Chiles, even in my singlehood right now, I tell ladies, like, yo, I know there's this whole, I don't know, a man with baby mamas is a red flag. I'm like, yo, listen, I had some mishaps when I was growing up. And I tried marriage twice. It didn't work out. But I'm proud of my daughters, amazing 3 girls. And their moms and I are best of friends. And I am a better man right now. So you better appreciate that I'm a better version of who you... Exactly.
Who I was yesterday.
Exactly. I am never embarrassed of myself. I tell people a man is who he is based on his scars. And scars make a man.
Yes.
So in fact, I tell ladies, don't ever interact with a man with no scars. Because a man with no scars has no survival tactics.
Yes.
So for me, I'm proud of them. I'm like, this is what happened in my past. But I've worked out on myself. And I'm a good man now.
Yes. And a lady who is for you will understand that.
Exactly. And ordained, picking from your words.
Ordained will understand that. They won't start asking, so when you are with this girl, so why did you... They won't ask that. So when I told that to my king and we were like in the same wavelength, I was like, this is totally ordained. Because I would have blocked him. Straight up. Who says hi and goes away? H-I. Very rude. Very rude. So he was very rude from the beginning, but he humbled himself. So so that's how we started. And that relationship started like that. And then again, I'll say that's why it's God ordained. 3 months later, I had to now tell. I was like, God, how am I going to tell my girls?
I was about to get, that was my next question.
Have you ever been like scared, drink water, come back and think, hey, who am I going to start with? So I started with my last one.
Now
She's
you're
calmer.
weak. Now you're weak.
I'm very weak.
Now that was you weak.
When it comes to my children, I am weak. Trust me, because I love these guys so much. I'm weak. So I was like, damn, who do I start with? So I said, let me start with my last one. So I told her one day. And then I was like, oh, I met this guy. She started laughing. And then I'm like, why are you laughing? She said, you met a guy. You know, because she's always seen me single. She's never seen me with a guy. So she started laughing and I'm like, yeah. So I'm just waiting. She's like, Mom, you're actually serious. I say, I am serious. Have I ever told you I've met a man before? So why are you laughing like that? And they say, what's his name? I say, Joe. She starts laughing again. I say, why are you laughing? What kind of a man is called Joe?
She's expecting him, but Brendan.
Yeah, like some huge name. And then I'm like, wait, where is he from? I say, he's Kenyan. And then, where did you meet? Hi. When I told her where we met, what's up? Mom, what's up?
Mom, really?
And then I said, sweetheart, people meet anywhere. People meet in church, mosque,
Funerals,
bar, outside, flights. People meet anywhere. She was like, okay. And then I said, please don't tell your sisters, Let me be the one to tell them. And when I tell them, can you back me up? And then she goes, yeah, this girl did not back me up. She goes, yeah, I'll back you up. She said, I'll back you up, mommy, don't worry. Now, the second born, because the first born is the, what? That one.
That's you.
Oh, that's me without wisdom. That's why I say, you are with me without wisdom. That one is with me without wisdom.
I love the description.
Oh, my God. So, the second born, we're driving. She's the one driving. And then I say, oh, sweetie, I have something to tell you. And then I do this to my little one to back me up because she knows what I'm going to say. This girl was on her phone, like, leave me alone. This is your business,
Sam
not mine.
Smith.
I said, oh, I just want to tell you that I met someone. She was like this. I said, see, you're driving. Look at the road. I said, you met someone? What do you mean you met someone? I said, a man, a boyfriend. A boyfriend? She parked the car. Larissa.
Sure?
Oh, Larissa, kill me. She parked the car. How did you meet? I said, what's up? Mommy, that doesn't make sense. That story that you just told me does not make sense. I said, which one doesn't make sense?
The WhatsApp or you met a
the
man?
The WhatsApp or I met a man? Which one? She said, no, the whole thing. She went on and on. And then I said, sweetie, I met this man and I like him. And he likes me too. Your mom has been single for 11 years. Are you not happy for your mom? She said, no, that's not the point. He said, she went on and on. When I finished with that, I say, hey, now don't tell your sister, I'll be the one to tell her. So now we're in the kitchen. My second born is in the kitchen. My first born there, I'm there. My second born is cooking. She's like this. And then I tell my first born she was doing something. Oh, by the way, mommy, I met someone. She goes, she looks at her sister. Her sister is busy cooking. And then she goes, why are you not shocked? So you knew about it. Oh my God, this house, people don't tell me anything. Hey, I'm like, calm down, mommy. Come on, calm down. I met this guy. Who is he? Where did you meet him? I said, I met him online. Hey, do you want to see his picture? And he's such a handsome guy. Do you want to see his picture? Is this who you call handsome?
Are you serious? You got some little demons.
Like, is this who you call handsome? I had to say, well, in my eyes, he's handsome.
He's handsome. In my eyes.
I say, in my eyes.
Then the statement of, anyway, mom, whatever makes you happy.
That one, oh yeah, you're joking. That one came months later. Like they were not having it. So I said, so anytime we're on the phone, now because I've told them, I'll just talk to him on the phone when they're there. I won't hide because before I used to, hang on, I'm coming. So now I'm not hiding anymore. I'm just talking there like this. You just see them like okay. And then I say, I love you too. Hey!
This was after how long of meeting?
3 months.
Girl, you needed the love. Yo, 3 months. I would take like a whole 2 years. I'll be like, yeah, I love me too. You love me? I love me too. I mean, what is there not to like about me?
Oh God. 3 months. It's because that.
Who was the first one to say I love you?
Him, of course.
Joe.
With his voice. I love you. Oh, I love you too. funny.
What?
So I tell my girls, so when he calls, I'm like, do you want to speak to him? Just speak to him. They totally refuse. My last born did. My last born did. And then my second born, sometimes when we're talking, I'll just say, here, just say hello to Joe, like on spot. So she's like, oh, hi, Joe. But my firstborn totally refused. If I tell you what this girl did, you won't believe it. She booked a flight with her boyfriend to Kenya to come and meet Joe. She said, Mommy, I'm not talking to that guy on the phone. I have to see him face to face and study him if this guy is right for my mom.
Did she tell about it?
She did come. She said she's going to go to Kenya. First, I said, because when we met, he was in Qatar. So when I told her he's in Qatar, she said, I'm going to Qatar. I'm going to Qatar. The next minute, now he's in Kenya because he's moved. She said, I'm going to Kenya. I thought this girl is actually, she and my firstborn, they came to Kenya. My firstborn and my secondborn, and my firstborn's boyfriend, they came to Kenya to meet Joe. My daughter said, I'm not talking to that guy on the phone. Joe was nervous. He was like, why? I said, just relax. I'm telling you, she's me without wisdom. So just you use wisdom. So they met. She actually grilled him, totally grilled him, scared him off. I told him, don't worry. She's like that. Just relax. So now I'm waiting for them to come back. I'm asking them on the phone, so how is it? Mom, relax. When we get back, we'll tell you.
It's only 8 hours. Chill.
Yeah, relax. So I'm like, hi, these guys, when will they come back? I'm just thinking. So when my second born comes back first, at the airport, straight away, I didn't even wait. When I picked her up from the airport, I said, so how is Joe? She said, I'll tell you later. I'm like,
Suspense.
What's going on?
With the elections.
Yes, So when we get home, she's like, he's a nice guy, Mom, but there's no way I would have picked him for you. I say, why? Because he's such a nice guy. He's lovely. He's this. And you're like this, just always harsh and tough. I say, it's because I had to be a good cop and a bad cop raising you guys up. You don't know that. He's not my child, so I'm not going to be tough with him like I was tough with you guys. That's why you guys are forgetting and you're always saying your mom is tough, your mom is this, I'm too harsh. It's because I had to be harsh. If I wasn't, you guys won't turn up the way you are right now. So
going grilling boyfriends around.
Exactly. So praise me for being who I was. So anyway, that's how we saw it. That's what she said. That's how we saw it. So wait for Denise to give you her verdict. So that's my firstborn now, because she was still in Kenya. And they were hanging out all the time. They would call him all the time. Let's go hang out. Let's go hang out. I was even wondering, what are these people doing together? So when she came, she was like, he's a cool guy, Mom. I like him. So I was like, thank you. Whew. At least my last one, I spoken to him on the phone, and she was like, hey, he looks like okay guy. So my firstborn was like, yeah, he's an okay guy. He's good. So that's fine. So you guys, we give you our blessing. What? I was like, damn, that was, for my children to say that is real.
Thank God for that.
So I told him, don't ever disappoint us, because you're not going to just disappoint me.
It's the whole 3?
It's the whole 3. And then him too, he has a son who is 16 years old and is 7.
Huh?
Yeah. Told them that he's, yeah.
Why? Is Joe Kenyan or Southern Sudanese?
He's Kenyan, apparently.
6'7", my
yes,
gosh.
the
Tall.
guy is tall. And he plays basketball. It's just, God just gave me this because the boy is so well behaved. You can't even believe it. He's the captain in his school. He's so well behaved. He's so nice. So I'm like, okay, so now I have 4 children. Now God has given me a boy by extension. So I have 3 girls, 1 boy. So we're 4. And at the beginning, they were like, oh, his son, they were not just having someone else come in their space. Yeah. But when now they talk, even the other day, they wished him a happy birthday because he was only 16. So now my husband joined us in the UK. And when he joined us in the UK, I was also still very, very careful because I have girls and my home is a safe haven for them. So I don't want their peace, anybody to disturb
disruption,
their peace,
yeah.
regardless of who the
there's
person
a
is.
system that was laid.
Yes, for them. And I did tell my husband that I said, my children, I know me and you now we are one. But then my children come first as well. And I have to protect them because we've been together for all this long. And what I don't want is for them to resent you. Because if they resent you, that house will not be a house. It won't be a home. It will turn to a house.
True.
So I don't want them to resent you. So for now, live somewhere else. So even though he came to the UK, but he was living somewhere else until the girls are okay to say, let him move in. So he used to come to our house. Every day he'll come and they'll see him. Even sometimes he's not there. They'll ask, Mommy, where's Joe? I'm like, he's in his house. Oh, okay. So you see them like surprised. And then just one day from their own mouth, they're like, Mom, let Joe move in. And I was like, no. In my heart, I was like, yes.
Reverse psychology.
I was like, no, this house. They say, Mom, are you that fat that this house will not be enough for all of us? I was like, yay. Okay. Calm down. He'll move in. So they had to accept him again the second time, not just for me, but also for him to move in with us.
Now, calling him the king makes sense because nigga had to fight a lot of battles.
He did.
A lot of approvals had to.
Right.
How many years now?
I think it's 3. We're going to 3. We're going to April.
You're happy.
Very happy. Very happy. And he's a nice guy.
We have the Joel. Got you, my G. Prove yourself. As we almost finish up, we are doing something big in July.
Yes.
10 years.
Yes.
10 years of beautiful success. And guys who are watching from the US of A, from Emirates, from UK, whatever you're watching from. If you're not in the UK, you better start booking your tickets right now because guess who's going to be your MC for this festival, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Yours truly, Dr. Ofweneke is my name. I'm going to be right there on stage in the UK. What are we doing on our 10th anniversary? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, 10 years is not a joke.
It's
know that, isn't it?
It's not.
So we started this Kenya and Friends in the Park, and that's why the t-shirt, Kenya, Kenya, Friends in the Park. So we started this 2015.
All right.
That's when he was born. And why I heard when you started saying that you send money home and nothing is done. Like you say, buy me a land or anything, nothing is done. So all this came from that. That's why this Kenyan Friends in the Park was born. Because there was 2013, we had a Kenyan girl who actually committed suicide. They left a note and said she was lonely. So I was like, Jesus, how can you be that lonely to commit suicide? I didn't understand. And then when I was still contemplating and I'm thinking, I want to do something to bring Kenyans together, another Ugandan girl died of starvation in her house in the UK. Not Kenya, not Uganda, in the UK. And she had a 5-year-old. So I was thinking, where was the community, society, church, mosque? Where was somebody to help this girl? So I said, you know what? Now I have to do this thing to bring people together. That was one. And then second as well, culture-wise, because we didn't go to the UK long time ago, Kenyans. Okay, Nigerians did go a long time ago. So for us, we are the first generation. So we are the first generation. And then now the second generation is our children. And then our children, some of them have children as well. So culture-wise, it's 0 for them. So I was thinking, okay, Kenyan Friends in the Park as well is going to be a platform for culture. So that was number 2. And then number 3 was, of course, networking, socializing. And the big thing was that we just spoke about, the investment part of it. Because we've sent so much money to our parents, our brothers, friends, neighbors, whatever it is, 0. And they'll be going to one site, they'll take pictures, videos and tell you, oh, Lydia, this is your house. And you're happy just sending money. When you come over, if they don't kill you from the airport, because now you're coming to ruin all their plans, you get in and they tell you, some of them you don't even see a land. So some things happen. 1, you send money, there'll be no land at all. 2, you'll send money, they'll probably build your house that is like this. You've sent 10 million, they've spent 100,000 for that house.
True.
3, they'll build a perfect house the way you ask them and put their name. 4, they'll do whatever you want, but that's very rare. So that's why I thought, you know what, let me bring investors. So investors do come and now you're dealing with you and the bank. There's no middleman. Or you and the property
A manager, planner,
developer,
yes.
or even if you want to invest in pineapple, hospitality, whatever you want to do, or financial sector, it's you and them. There is no go-between. So there is peace between you and your parents.
True.
So if you want to send the money, just send the money and say, Mom, this is for you, or this is for you. But you don't send the money to buy you something. And sometimes as well, you don't even blame them. Imagine somebody has never touched 10,000 in their lives. They've never touched it. And then you send them 1 million or 2 million.
Father God.
Jesus, they'll move to Nigeria.
Temptation.
You won't see them.
Diani, they will know my name.
Exactly.
There'll be a road sign with my name.
Tell me about it. So that's why we said, instead, that's what I thought. Instead of that, let me go and bring investors. So now I do come to Kenya, talk to investors, and now we have a lot of them floating in. Some of them we even have to say no. A lot of them we have to say no. And we work with the Foreign Affairs Office and also with the mission in the UK. So if somebody comes and say, oh, this is my company, I want to come. Sometimes I send it to if I don't know about them, I'll send it to Foreign Affairs and I'll be like, oh, this company wants to, do you know them? And they'll be like, oh, no, we don't have them in our database. So I'll be like, no, I don't think I want to work with you. Because as much as individuals have been scammed, we also have companies that will actually create a Facebook page, a company page, whatever, and come and scam people in diaspora. So that's what we are. Because if somebody comes to Kenyan Friends in the Park and gets scammed there, they're going to think I was working with those guys. You know what I mean? So that's why we have to still work with the Foreign Affairs Office and the mission in the UK.
Beautiful.
And this year now, we are celebrating 10 years. Mtoto amekuwa 10 years.
Grace of God all over.
Secondary
Grace
school.
of God all over.
You know what I mean? So this year we are trying to do it. We're trying to do something different.
All right.
We've never brought an MC from Kenya. So this is the first time. So this is the first time we're bringing it.
I hope Mr. Mrethi Mwea boys from 3, you are watching. Toby, this comedy will never take me nowhere. Guess who's going nowhere? You in Kirinyaga.
Mwalimu wa maths.
Aliniambia, Rebe, Sade Bus, hizi vitu unafanyaga za kushikesha watu kwa parade. Hakuna mahali utaenda, fanya maths.
UK, here we come.
There's a God.
Amen. So we're changing dynamics of how we're going to do it this year.
All right.
And we do bring some artists. Like last year we brought Major, we brought Musa Jakadala, we brought Eli Toto. So we do bring artists.
All right.
But this year we are trying to do it a little bit more, bring more artists.
Okay.
Because we normally bring maybe just one. Because Kenya in the Park has sold itself already. We don't really need an artist to sell it more, but we just want to bring Kenyans because we want this to be
some home feeling.
Yes, some home feeling. Because if someone is singing in the UK that is there and Major is singing, it's totally different because he's gonna bring some Kenyan vibe, real Kenyan vibe, something that we totally miss. Because don't forget that there's a lot of people who are also not documented in the UK or in diaspora. That means they can't travel. So if they see that Major is coming, they'll be like,
home is closer now.
Home is closer now. So that's what we're doing. So we're doing 25th as well. So normally it's 2 days. So 26th and 27th. But this time we're also doing on the 25th. And we're doing East Africa Business Expo on the 25th. And then we're also doing award ceremony at night. Because there's a lot of people in the UK that have done so much and nobody cares really. So we call them unsung heroes. So we're going to give at least 10 different awards.
Nice.
And then 5 awards also to companies that have been with us since.
That have stood by you,
stood by us for longer time. So that's what we're doing. So we're now doing extra thing on the 25th. Beautiful. And we're making it East Africa rather than just Kenyans. So we're working with Uganda, Tanzania, Kenyans, Rwanda, and South Sudan. Yeah. Apart
from Dr. Ofweneke, of course, on the microphone as the overall MC, who else is on the list?
So we have my lady, but this is my lady, so it's not like Lynn Gugi.
Yes.
My bestie.
And but I need to give her a shout out.
Yes.
So the word on the street is, and I really thank God for this. I really thank God for that grace.
Yes.
I know guys are saying there are only 2 mature podcast hosts in the whole of YouTube in Kenya right now.
Wow.
If it's not Dr. Ofweneke, it's Lynn.
Hey.
And that is God over. So Lynn, I don't think we've met personally, but I know we've always sent requests of us wanting to host each other.
Yes.
And I think at the right time, it will happen.
It will happen.
So Lynn, I respect you, Mama. I love what you do. And I love that you and I have been put on the same platter. I appreciate that. So big up and shout out to you.
Yes.
All right.
And just talking about Lynn, by the way, they're the ones who recommended you.
Really?
Yes. They're like, there's someone else I'm not gonna call names.
Don't go there.
I'm not gonna call names.
This is enough.
They said, forget that person. Bring Dr. Ofweneke. I was like, yeah. No,
Thank you, Mama.
They did.
Thank you,
They
Mama.
did.
Thank you, Mama.
So we've got Lynn Gugi.
Mm-hmm.
We've got my favorite guy that sings a lot of love songs. When I'm not happy with my husband, my king, I'll go and listen to his songs. Prince Inda.
Osiepa. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
What? That's a dangerous lineup. That
That is a big one. And Prince Inda, a lot of people love his music. And it's so funny because a lot of Kikuyus, unatuletea Prince Ida rini. I'm like, don't worry,
they are lucky because there's a song that Ida has done with Samido. So they are lucky.
They are very lucky.
Oh my goodness.
These Murima people. Murima people. You know I'm married in Mulima, so behave yourself.
No, I have. Okay.
Yeah.
So don't you dread about my idiot.
Okay.
I just lost you.
You've lost me.
Sorry. I speak in love languages for your info.
Okay, cool.
Moving on.
Okay.
No.
So there's Prince Inda. There's also DJ Grouchy.
Yeah. This is massive.
The hour. Yes, the DJ Grouchy. Because last year we used DJ Shinsky, and I don't like repeating people just to give an audience
different flavor, different taste.
Exactly. So we have DJ Grouchy, and we also have Christina Shusho. Yeah.
I have all my friends on the same.
Yes.
What?
So it's a full house.
So now you have the memo. Dr. Ofweneke, Christina Shusho, Prince Inda, DJ Grouchy, and of course, Lynn Gugi making a special appearance. This is more than a 10-year celebration.
Yep.
Please get your tickets there. Those please, if you also want to partner as well, I think you should be giving out your email address just in case there's anybody who is interested, of course, partnering part of the project.
KenyaInThePark@gmail.com.
Beautiful.
Simple.
Thank you so much, Mami.
Yes.
This has been such an amazing
interview.
My goodness. What if you have not learned anything? Then I just think maybe kichwa yako ni ngumu. Tukubali, some things are beyond less than 30. Some things are spiritual. Maybe now you just need a pastor for spiritual deliverance, because we have done our best. If you've not learned anything growing up, how to fight through life, how to be a mom, how to stand for yourself, how to pray. For me, that is my take home. Pray. At times, you gotta pray for yourself to change, not for that person who you see as the villain in the story. Lessons at 30. Kenyans and friends at the park. I will be there. Christina Shusho will be there. Prince Inda will be there. DJ Grouchy will be there. Lynn Gugi is going to be there. So wherever you're watching from all over Europe, USA, wherever you're watching from, please make sure you start booking your tickets early enough and start getting accommodations also early enough. Ladies and gentlemen, and remember once again, I remind you, if you need to send some money back home, there's only one transfer method or one transfer brand that you can trust, and that is Lemfi. And now you can pay directly to a service provider or a supplier. If you're doing any construction, you are acquiring anything, you're setting up a business at home, you can now pay directly through a till number. That is for the Kenyans. For the rest of Africa, because I know I have people watching from Nigeria, I have friends watching from Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa, Botswana, Rwanda, please, this is still an option for you to get your money home safe. All right. Wale wengine, I've told you want to protect your mobile phone and your data. Download Bit Defender. It's going to get you protected. Of course, it's safe and it's going to protect the data that you have, your email addresses, your social media platforms. Kama umeshinda ukihakiwa haki ovyo. And how can I forget? Lazima we buy. The Bible says, he that leaves inheritance for his children is wise. Make sure you leave something for your kids. Buy a piece of land. Toka kwa hiyo flat. Wezi kuna shinda ukiishi kwa apartment na flats, Huruma, Pipeline, Kawangware, Satellite, kila mahali for the rest of your life. Get yourself a piece of land for only 795,000 Kenyan shillings. Get a piece of land where? At the Terra Gardens. And that is, of course, all the way in Ngong. Yo barabara iko sawa. I was there, check it out. Kuna steam available, kuna water supply. There's a whole water tank that has been set up by the government that is already there. And apart from their schools, their mosque, and it's a whole community, and the security is amazing. But what stood out for me is the ambience that is in that place, the calmness, the peace, away from the city and the noise, just enjoying the breeze from the Ngong Hills. And all that can be gotten from only Username Properties. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the subscription button. Just stay on Dr. Ofweneke TV. My name is the Eagle himself, the Duke of Kakamega. See you again next take some time. May God bless you so much. I release the grace of God. The same grace that is on my head, let it be on you as well. Lydia, see you in July.
Thank you.
Nishaanza kupaka nimwambia Taylor wangu. Ma pin strip tu. Saina juna tu kama niko pale kwa kina. Wale my exes wangu. My exes, you see what you should have stuck. You should have stuck. I know, that's what you should have stuck. Aya, skip to the next video. Enda watch hiyo ngoma unakwenda kuwatch. Interview imeisha. Bye bye guys.